Hey, what's up guys, aarava here, and welcome back to an episode of my F1 2020 Manager Career Mode here for episode number 11 today at the Singapore Grand Prix. If you guys did miss the previous one, then definitely go check that one out because that was definitely the best episode we've had so far. Best race for Carlos Sainz. Spoiler alert, Sainz went on to win the Italian Grand Prix. Mega one for him. Obviously, Lando Norris has issues, and so for this episode, I probably will be swapping around their engines and giving Norris the better engine once again, like we did at the Belgium Grand Prix, and hopefully that will be okay in terms of for Sainz's performance. But, you know, obviously it makes sense to give Sainz the better engine because he is obviously in the better position in the championship. But I think for the sake of keeping Lando somewhat happy, obviously this season we're not gonna challenge Ferrari for second place. We're just trying to solidify P3. So I think we can afford to give Lando the better car and kind of maybe even out a little bit in terms of performances to stay put in P3 as we kind of look ahead for next season in terms of just seeing out the season and making sure we get that P3. In terms of looking at emails now, we're going to try and unsettle Ferrari a little bit there by saying they looked weak off last episode. And then in terms of pit crew review, I'm going to go swap out what we can because the front jack is a little bit high on 1%. So we're going to swap out the rear jack 1.6 for 0.1. Or we could actually go with this 0.4 guy, even better. That'll be definitely an improvement, I think. If we go to level 18, 0.2. 0.2 is going to be better than 0.8 there, so that's a 2.19 pit to stop time, so that's pretty decent. In terms of new hires, these are all going to be pretty horrendous, so we'll reject all of them. And I think pretty much now, we've got not much else to do, because obviously we've said we're going to just save money on the car, so there's nothing to do on the car in terms of upgrades. In terms of improving the car, everything is already done. So the only thing left to do is about sponsorships now. We've got slot number 5 here. We've got DeWalt, Google, and AMD. In terms of payments per race, they're all not that great, really. That's DeWalt's the best one per race, and that's still less than 900k. So in theory, we probably should have just taken that and just taken the hit of Gas Monkey of not having them, I guess. But I mean, right now we've not got any money coming in, so we may as well take something. So if we get DeWalt, I can't wait any longer really, because the longer I wait, I'm just putting off about 700k per episode. So I'm gonna go with DeWalt. That's 13 races. It's a 5-star sponsor apparently, so it's probably one of the best things we can get really. And to be fair, it looks pretty nice on the car, I guess, in whites. And so now, financial-wise, we have 2 million coming in per race. That's pretty decent still. Could have been 2.2 million if we took the sponsorship we had last time, but remember, obviously, that would also mean we don't take Gas Monkey in terms of every race, what we get from them in terms of the bonus pool. So I'm kind of waiting for that deal to run out to get a better deal. And obviously, Hilton's actually going to run out soon, and Heineken will as well. So in 3 races' time, we have a lot of sponsors to shake up. But we'll basically move forward then. As I said, there's nothing really else to look on the car, so we'll literally just move straight to the Singapore Grand Prix, actually. We've got a 35% chance of rain. Apparently, it's going to be all clear, though, for this session, so we'll see about that. But with the bonuses, 2.3 or near round up to 2.4 million per race, so that's pretty decent, I would say. Still, so by the end of the season, we should have, in theory, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll have what, about 13, 14 million saved up. Add on what we get from third place, I think we should have a decent amount of money to build a good car. I hope, really, compared to our rivals. Turbo's highs, we'll take in ultras. I'll take in 2 sets of supers just in case, and I'll take in 5 sets of mediums. Yeah, we'll go 825. I think seems about right. And then in terms of fit parts, I'm going to swap the engines around. So I will give this one to Sainz. I will give that one to Lando. They're both happy with that actually, so that's kind of good. Everything else will be the same way though. So Carlos Sainz has the better car every other department, but I think that's actually just the suspension maybe. Because every other part is equal, actually, apart from the engine. So Lando now has the better engine. Sainz has that one, but he's still happy with that. So hopefully both of them perform pretty evenly and well. All right, so we're in practice right now. 16 minutes to go in the session. We've got level 2 on the medium tires, level 2 on the race trim. Going for quali runs now with ultras, and we'll try and see if we can get level 3 in the race trim right at the end of the session. But we want to try and get at least level 2 on the quali. The lap is 1:16, so it's not a short lap, but it's not too long as well. So I would hope we could just about squeeze everything in. No rain to fall in this session, so that chance of rain probably not going to be there. In terms of lap times, there you can see Norris P4, Sainz P6. Sainz only 2/10 down though from Norris there, so that seems pretty even actually there in terms of their pace. So hopefully, if we are there P4-6, I'll take that because I don't expect us to be amazing around Singapore because the engine I don't believe is crucial around here. So it's really the rest of the car, but obviously the engine kind of just helps a little bit, I guess, no matter where we go. But just now checking the setups as well afterwards, we'll see, because we had basically 2 goods and 1 great for both drivers, I think. So hopefully this will now be towards the excellence, but they're going to finish their stints now for that quali, so it'll be a little bit annoying in terms of the timing there. They'll just be under level 3, so to send them out again for a quick run, but let's see what they get. So we went backwards there with Sainz, 2 greats and 1 poor. So this is going to be a bit of a fiddly setup, I can see already. 85%. We're actually higher with this, even though this looks a little bit better. So we've got great. So that was great. So I'm going to go for, maybe that might be excellent for the downforce then. In terms of the handling, I want to stay where we were. That was poor, so I need to go the other way then towards acceleration. Really short gearbox then. That is a really short one for acceleration. And then handling, just get it back to where we were. Maybe 1 click that way to maybe see how that goes. And then where were we? We're on great here. That's, yeah, cool. Right, that's what I want. We'll go for a quick 1-lap quali on Ultras. And the same thing for Lando. Once he comes in, he's even worse. Jesus, 2 goods and 1 poor. So even worse there. 90% go back to that. So we went the complete wrong way with him. So that was good. That was good. So maybe something in the middle might be excellent. I really hope so. But in terms of the speed balance, we were better off that way. Let's go to something like that. And then the handling, we were definitely better this way. So let's try that out for size. That might be excellent. So we'll go for... I'll go on race trim and do 4 laps on the mediums, because Sainz should be able to finish off that qualifying one. I hope he can finish it off, and then he can just join Lando basically. Right there, we've got level 2. I'll come in with Sainz, and now we'll finish off level 3 on the mediums and the race trim. We've got 1 excellent now, 1 great, and 1 okay. 91%, still not that high. We'll go mediums, stint, race trim. Yeah, okay, now set up 91. Right, what do we need to do? Good, poor. Right, so that's good, and that's good. So somewhere in the middle, it's got to be surely excellent. So something like that might be it. Let's try that out for size. Is that near to where we are? No, that's nowhere near to where we are. Right, let's try that out then. Simple little change. 4 laps, mediums, and then Lando, I'll just have to see how he is at the end of the stint, really, because we've got no time to dawdle here as we try and get level 3 in mediums and race trim. I think that'll be very crucial for the race tomorrow. But as they finish that, we've got 4 minutes to go, so we could just bring them in. Quickly try another quali run to get level 3 right at the death. Let's see what's Norris' setup saying. 2 excellence and okay. So we're nearly getting there with Lando. We're probably pretty high. 90% only, though. So that's kind of odd. So we're really not anywhere near where we need to be in the speed balance. So this has been so much of a faff and a half here with his speed balance here. Meanwhile, he's on excellent on the other things, so we should be fine there. So let's go again. Quali, 2 laps, ultras. We'll probably use that set of ultras, to be fair. And then Sainz come in. 1 excellent and 2 greats. We'll go quali, 2 laps. That set of ultras. 95%. It's good. It's still not exactly where we want, but I don't know where else to tweak it, really. Maybe a little bit less like that way. Let's see. Is that going to be... Yeah, I'm going to try that out. See how that works out. And with 2 minutes left, we might just get level 3. Maybe. If they cross the line as the checkered flag falls and do a whole another lap, they might get level 3. Let's see. 1 minute to go. They've started their lap, so Lando actually might get through for another lap here. Probably not with Sainz, but here we go. Another lap there for Lando Norris. Sainz. Ooh, I think he's finished his. Yeah, he's finished his. So we've just got Lando getting knowledge here. I don't think he's going to have enough. He might just do, you know. Ooh, come on, squeeze out. Yes, there we go. Good stuff there. Level 3 and everything. That's what you love to see. Good stuff. Right. In terms of setups, though, what did they have? Right, quality, of course, taking ultras and the qualifying trim. Confirm. Car setup is good. 2 excellence and 1 great for both drivers. That is bloody brilliant. So we've got 97 for Carlos Sainz. That's good. And 97 for Norris. In the end, maybe very fiddly, but we got there in the end with the right setups here. So quali... pretty straightforward. We'll just go out on the set. We have enough ultras, right? Because we're going to get through 1, 2 sets, 2 left for the race. Yeah, we've got enough sets to just go on ultras. Don't risk it. Just go on ultras. Just because why not? I mean, I don't know. We've got too many tires. It's like we had in Season 1 Ferrari. When we went to Season 2, that Ferrari career mode we did a few weeks back. You know, when we just have too many tires, like everyone does. Like, it's not really much of a challenge, really, in terms of managing them too much here. So we may as well just use some ultras to get through very comfortably. And there we have it. Q1 is over. We're P6 and 7. So it looks like we're a bit of no man's land, to be honest, here, in terms of the pace. And we're only just a little bit faster than Magnussen with Norris there. So... it's definitely going to be a very different Grand Prix to the one we had at Italy. Bit of a crash back down to reality in terms of, obviously, it's not a race where even in real life, the engine dictates it, so it was never going to be the same as Italy. But I would have liked to be a little bit closer to maybe Bottas, just to challenge a little bit. But it seems like we might have a bit more of a normal midfield race, trying to just stay ahead of the rest of the pack. I mean, to be fair, it would be good if we could just beat one of the Red Bulls, Albon, because then we could try and outscore Red Bull still if we have both of them high scoring, and Verstappen's the only one scoring for them. But you never know. Obviously, we'll see how the pace goes into Q3. First of all, though, Q2 time to take and make sure we get through. Should be fine, though. I'm not kind of worried we're not going to get through, but you never know with this game. Sometimes the AI just pull lap times out of the bag, We've had that before with some of the top AI, with Vettel and Hamilton setting out some worldly lap times in literally just last episode of Italy in qualifying there. So we'll see about it, but they're on their flyers, and this should be pretty straightforward with the computer. Perfect overheated, probably to expected at Singapore, to be honest, with the brake temps. But let's see how they go around this in terms of their lap times compared to the top runners there. Cross the line, and Norris goes faster. Sainz this time is 8 tenths down there. That's quite a gulf, actually. That's quite a big gulf. Hopefully Sainz doesn't have to go again, and that's maybe the kind of cut-off point for the mid. Ooh, I don't know that now. Ricciardo's right up there, split us. Maybe Sainz might have to go again. Maybe there's just a poor lap there for Carlos Sainz. Let's see as they all filter in. The lap times come in. Albon still has to set times. Yep, nope. Sainz has to go again. P13. He has to go again. What on earth has happened there with Carlos Sainz? That was a really poor lap time there. Has all the form in the world lately, but no, looks like the engine maybe is making the difference. I mean, 8 tenths. I would like to think maybe at least 4 tenths of that is him having a bad lap, maybe. If it's all the engine, then that's a bit of a big yikes in terms of the performance of him maybe this episode. Let's see, though. Come on. Let's do the thing. Let's get through. Green first sector. There we go. 5 tenths off. 1 second off. That'd be where Norris is. Let's see. Last sector across the line. P8. That's a lot better. 3 tenths off. That's probably the engine difference, I would say. So that's all fine. That makes more sense to me, as we are split by Albon. So we are very much in a kind of fight with Albon. And I guess also maybe Red Bull Verstappen wants to slow down a tad. But crisis averted. Through into Q3. Probably one less tire to use with Sainz, but I don't think we're going to use more than 2 ultras in the race, I don't think. Right, top 10 shootout time. Track grip's not going to be at the highest, but I'll send them out on a banker lap time, of course. We've got 3 ultras left, actually. So we've got, once we use 2 with Sainz, once we use 2 with Sainz, we've got 1 spare one for the race, which we probably would use, I think, maybe. Because I have a feeling it might be a 2-stop with 2 sets of ultras and 1 set of mediums, but I could be remembering incorrectly, because tyre wear is quite high, so it could be 2 mediums. But let's see how this quali run then goes. First run, probably going to be the slower run, of course, though, because track grip's still going up as we go out there. But decent amount of clean air for Sainz and Norris. Probably a little bit more space for, it looks like, Norris, as Sainz is going to catch up to 2 cars here of the Haas, I think that is, and the Ferrari. But he doesn't catch them fully. As we get through the last corner, he'll catch them in the last corner. Dive down the inside. There are 2 cars there. 2 greens. Cross the line. Oh, it paused by mistake. What's that going to be? 9 tenths off, and Norris 7 tenths off there. So it's quite close between those 2. Let's hope that collective lap time sort of area is exactly where the car is. Otherwise, that'll be quite annoying. But I'm kind of happy they're close together, at least in quali. But there goes Vettel. 2 purples, and he goes fastest of all. But we're 1 second off with Norris there. 1.2 off with Sainz. I think that's where we're going to be. Albon, let's see what he does. He set 2 greens, cross the line, and he does go faster than us. Okay, but only a little bit, so we could probably get him with Norris. So, 5 minutes to go. Lap time's 1:14, so I'll just wait till about 2 minutes to go. Try and find some clean air also for all the drivers as well. Decent amount of clean air now, and track grip is at highest, so I'm going to go out now with Sainz, and I'll leave Norris right to the death, literally, like right at the end. Right, Sainz is green first sector. He did get held up a little bit, maybe, by Norris coming out on the outlap, which is kind of awkward. But green second sector, this would be 4 tenths off it, so this would be a very decent lap time. Bad outlap there for Lando Norris, as Sainz goes up into P6, 9 tenths off there, just pips Albon. Let's look at Lando Norris, though. He had a pretty horrendous outlap, though, so let's see what this is. Is it going to be any better? Green first sector, at least. That's good. Gets past Sainz. Is it going to be a green second sector? Yes, it will be. 8 tenths off. That will put him past Sainz. So let's see. Hopefully at least P6 across the line. And it is P7. So Norris, even with a better engine, is out-qualified by Carlos Sainz there. Interesting. Decent performance there from Sainz then. P6-7 though. Exactly where I thought the car would be from practice. So not too annoyed, but also kind of wanting some more. Obviously, after you have a taster of a race win and a podium, you always want more, but it is what it is, really. So we just go out there, try and do the best job we can. Hopefully try and maybe jump Verstappen on the strategy, because we're only 2/10 off, so I think that's doable on strategy of getting ahead of him. And then kind of fingers crossed that maybe one of the Mercs and Ferraris can crash out the GP, and hopefully none of us. I've had enough of having one of these guys crash. I want a double points finish. Right, so in terms of the knowledge we're going to take in, we'll take in medium tyres and race trim. These tyres will only go for 6 laps apparently, so the tyre weight is very high, and so definitely we're going to be on mediums for longer in this race. I think Lando might even be less on these tyres. You know, he's 4.6 apparently as well, so we'll see about that. But I think we're going to go quite aggressive early and just pit in early, get the undercut going, because I think it's quite strong if I remember from last season's in the Ferrari career mode. So let's do the thing. P6, 7, hopefully maybe P5 and 6 by the race. Just pit both Red Bulls. That'll be, I think, the decent goal for us today. Here we go then to 5 red lights to this Singapore Grand Prix. 6th and 7th on the grid. 5 red lights are out and we're on the way to great start there for Sainz. Up into P4 into turn 1. Gets Verstappen and also gets Leclerc and Hamilton there. He's P3 now actually. Go on Sainz. Going to go full attacking mode. And Sainz is lighting up the circuit there. He's up into P2 here. This is mega start there. I don't know, he must surely have a perk of having a good lap 1. He must do. But Norris, saying that though, Norris also gets a good start as well, so maybe it's just the engine power we have is working out well there, even on a track like this. At least on lap 1 it works out really well, as we're up into B5 then with Lando Norris, and Verstappen is all the way down in 24th place. He's had an absolute mare there, so we can definitely beat the 2 Red Bulls today on points, I think, as Norris now overtakes Leclerc up into P4. It's McLaren 2-3. McLaren, yeah, it is. It's McLaren 2-3. I said that mistakenly, but is now actually a 2-3 for McLaren there. Norris, obviously, with a better engine, probably would look on to overtake Sainz here on these straights here. So it's absolutely, it's a insane start. I can't really comprehend this. I don't know where this speed's come from, but here we go in the race. The cars are a little bit better than it did in quali. So keep on going there, lads. So P2 and 3, Bottas leads the way. Vettel's pressurizing Norris a little bit here. We've got Vettel locking up. We've got some penalties behind us in the back markers. In terms of the track, no rain's going to come. Vettel's still attacking us. I'm trying to think about tyre wear. Let's go high fuel mode now, I think. High fuel mode. Let's stay neutral like this and go to lap 4. I'm going to push an attack mode right now with Lando. I'm going to pit on lap number 4 here. So push flat out attack. Sainz can go one more lap, but Norris will come in on this lap. Low fuel delta for him. Going to pit in. Medium tyres. Pit strategy fast. Ooh, we've got a bit of a risk there. No, that's fixing parts. That's fine. Come in. Right. Sainz, overtake mode, attack mode. You'll come in on the next lap then. Got a lock up for Norris. That's a bad lock up, so that loss of some time. So perfect time to come in then for him. Right, so he's in. Fast pit stop. No mistake. Good stuff. Right. Push out there. Going to go on medium fuel because we can't use too much fuel there. Because we've burned a lot of it. Obviously, Singapore's going to be quite tough on fuel. Fast pit stop, medium tyres for Sainz as well. Let's go low fuel on the entry. He's going to come in. He's going to just about lose P2 and P3. There's the tyres really go off the cliff, and we're in with a whole lot of other people. And we're in now. Good pit stop, please. Come on. Yes. Jump that Ferrari again. And we get out behind Lando Norris, though. So that's how much of a difference that undercut made then. Norris does get ahead of Sainz there. Sainz now battling with the Ferraris. But let's go now. Conserve for both drivers. And let's try and calm this down. Norris is right there. He's got -1 fuel. Because Sainz was on low fuel this entire time. He's on -0.6. So he'll be a little bit easier to manage maybe later on to this Grand Prix with the fuel. I'm not going to desperately try and save some tyre wear here with Norris, actually. That's really a little bit too high on the temps. Try and bring those down. Low fuel delta. I know. Right, P7 ahead of Leclerc right now. Vettel jumps us with the pit stop. How has he done that? And yeah, how has he done that? How has he not worn out those tyres in the first stint? Mad. Right, so I don't actually know where we are now. I can't tell where we are in the race. P7, 8. Gasly's surely going to pit. Ocon would pit. So we should be P5 and 6, I think. P5 and 6. So we're beating both Red Bulls. We're basically the 3rd best team in this race right now. Because Albon is down in P18. Verstappen's P20. So kind of where we should be when Red Bull aren't there. We're P5 and P6, I think, net position once Ocon and Gasly pit. So that's all right, I would say. Right, lap 15 then. 29 laps to go. We are P6 and 7 right now. Ocon's yet to pit in this GP, so he's going quite long here. Leclerc pits. Ocon then does pit as well. There we go. So P4 and 5 now. And we can definitely go longer, I think, or just as long as Bottas, Hamilton, and Vettel, who pit later on the stint 1. Leclerc now goes on mediums. How long have we got left in these tyres? 8 laps. They'll go 23. It's lap 23, so 8 laps. So we've got 21 laps left then, don't we? That's 18 laps. Ooh. So it's a 3-stop, really. It's a 3-stop. With maybe ultras right at the end of the race, maybe. Interesting. Okay, the tyre wear already is very, very high. Right, we've got worn tyres for both the drivers. I'm going to start pushing now, a bit earlier with Lando here, because the undercut's working well, and also I don't think we're going to stretch this to lap 21 exactly, and then come in. So we'll go. I want to go high fuel. I don't want to burn too much fuel actually on this in lap, to be honest. So we'll come through 20%. We're getting about 8/10 there. That's a decent in lap, I'd say. Nice set of mediums. Pit strategy fast. With Sainz, we'll go attack and overtake mode now and come through. I know he can save some fuel, so I don't mind going overtake mode for him for a lot of that out lap. But here we go. Norris out then. Sainz keep on going. -5. We'll go low fuel now. Pit in. Medium. Fast pit strategy. Let's go. Right, he's gaining about 3/10 down there in lap, so it was an amazing in lap there for Sainz. For Norris, let's see. Let's go medium and neutral now. Let's keep it at that. He'll get past Sainz, of course. And Sainz comes out behind Gasly and Ocon. So that's a bit of annoying traffic to get past there. But you're going to have to just deal with it, really. Raikkonen's also out of sync this GP, so Norris has to overtake him. And then Leclerc's also out of sync, because he's the only one in that top 4 that's pit onto mediums earlier. Right, sit rep then on lap 27. We are in the P5 and P6 position that I was saying we're going to be in, basically. We are only 5 seconds ahead of Ricciardo, though. So Ricciardo is actually pretty okay. Like, he's doing well. He's doing an aggressive strategy, but he's worryingly quite close to Sainz there. And then in terms of the gap to Leclerc, massive one. They've all checked out, basically, Ferrari and Mercedes there. So really the only concern for me of this race now remaining is Ricciardo. Like, what is he going to do? Because these guys are on a very aggressive strategy. At some point, I'm going to make a pit stop as well. The same with them, but I just don't know. They seem to have some really good pace and tyre wear on those ultras compared to myself. Right, I've got worn tyres with Lando Norris. Probably going to start pushing him now, to be honest, for a few laps. At least 2, I would say. And then come in on the next one. I want to fit the pit for fresh tyres. Keep going, mate. One more lap, one more lap. One more lap, mate. Eke it out. And then we'll come in. Yellow flags, 11 laps remaining. Right, 11 laps to go. I'd say let's go supers. No point going mediums. We'll go supers. Middle tyre compound for the win. Go in. Low fuel. Right, Sainz, you, mate. Let's start pushing you and winding you up for a good in lap here. Right, pit stop by Norris. No mistake there. He's out in P6. That's good. He's on good fuel as well, so we'll go pushing a medium there. Sainz will continue to push on. Let's see. 1.1 gained. Let's see. Keep it going, mate. 1.5 gained. Keep going, mate. Keep going. 1.6. What's it going to be? First sector here. Ooh, 5/10 off. Right, time to come in. And go for 8 laps remaining. Let's go ultras. Screw it. Let's go for a fast pit stop there. Let's go ultras. Right, comes in. Onto ultras. No mistake on the pit stop. Good stuff. Out in P6. Right, he's got 7 seconds to Norris, and he's on a faster compound of tyres. Let's see what he can do. Right, we're on the last lap of the GP, or we're going to go into the last lap of GP. I was telling Sainz to push like a stab rat to see how close we get with him to Norris, but I think the tyre's going to start to go off here, so we have to try and back them up and protect them. We've got the final lap of the GP. Norris should be good for that P5. Let's just watch out for Sainz here. Hopefully he doesn't fall off the cliff too much as we get to 17% tyre wear there, but he has the fuel to keep on going. We've got Norris a little bit low on fuel. Let's go low fuel there. Make sure we get to the end there on negative, on positive there. Good stuff. Right, he can push on to the end. And then Sainz here, 5 seconds off. To be fair, with 14% tyre wear, he's done okay there to keep up pace. So we'll come through to the end there. Last corner. And they'll come home in P5 and P6. Like predicted and like we aimed for, I think. Can't be too disappointed with that. That's a very, very solid race for the McLaren team at a circuit like Singapore, I would say. Very, very solid indeed. P5, P6. Good stuff, lads. Good stuff. All right, so Sainz remains in P3. Then Norris P7. Championship-wise, 185 points to 130. So continuing to solidify the P3 from McLaren. So all round, good handshakes with McLaren. Good handshakes. So 2.38 million in the bank. Good stuff. Very happy with that, and hopefully continue that on to Russia, because the engine will be crucial around Russia. So that could be a decent Grand Prix for us actually there. So guys, if you enjoyed this episode, then be sure to hit that like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're new around here, subscribe for weekly Formula 1 content. I've been aarava. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.